the one funding me. Even Edgar will get surprised. I'm sure it doesn't work out like that. Tefon bomba. Ino unsunganilesa. Elolesa takandekereshe lesa takandekereshe. Umuntu kutandekeresha, but lesa takandekereshe. God will never let me down. God will never let me down. I've come a long way. God will never let me down. So don't think that you nimwale samudi life ya ndia mwiratontonkanyefu. And allow me to speak my mind. If you want, engage me. Let me see your point of view. I will agree with you. And if there is something that I said which was wrong, I will even come here and apologize. I will even come and retract whatever I would have said. I say this both to the ruling party and to the opposition. Because even ruling party, nakwena, ruling party, kulituma enticement, shani, ina shiri chipuba. Muila mwana wati njichipuba, shiri chipuba. Those of you who are enticing me, come back. Mube pelefie. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to come to Zambia so that I can rot in your jails. Hey, no, if you are courageous, just come back. Courageous finish. You think I can fight the whole police? You think I can fight the whole system? You think I can fight the whole system? I can't. I have to play safe. And that's why I'm here. And here, I'm here, truthfully speaking, as God. It's only God. I am grateful. I know I've got dependable. That's one thing. I've got dependable people that really have been with me. And these people, they don't control me. Those who help me genuinely, they don't control me. They support me regardless. And I'm very grateful. I am very grateful to you people that support me genuinely, who don't call me to say, not to Klandefi. I am very grateful. And to those of you who are trying to control me, I'm not a person that you are going to control. Allow me to be free. If there is something, call me. Let me see reason. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I may see things wrong. And please just call me and let me know. I will reason with you. Not control. Nakan. Anyway, so now let's talking about this eligibility thing. First of all, I've been saying this, that this matter, it is not about justice. The issue of eligibility, I've been saying it from day one, that this matter is not a matter for justice. I've been saying it. And remember, this thing started not in UPND, it started in PF. And we have to be honest. Let's be very honest here. Let's be very, very honest. Let's be very honest with each other here. This issue is as political today as it was when PF was in power. This issue of eligibility, it is as political now, during the time of Hakainde Hichilema, as it was when Edgar Chagwalungu was in State House. This is the truth. There is no justice here about the issue of eligibility. No, there isn't. It is all political. This is my first point. This is where I'm starting from. This issue has been political from the time that it was started in PF, and now it is political. The only thing is that the determination of this matter is dependent on who is in State House. This is the whole thing. Because it is political. The way it goes and how it ends, both in PF and now, it ends depending on who is in State House. When Edgar was in State House, let's face it, this case went to court, it was political. And the way it ended during the PF, you can't claim to say, yo, the PF, during the PF, during the Edgar Lungu, it was justice. No, it was political. And Edgar Lungu, it went towards the Edgar Lungu because he was in power. He was in power. The way things were done, politics were involved. Politics were involved. Politics were involved. People, cadres were making statements. Cadres were making statements. President Edgar Lungu was making statements himself about this matter. So you can't really say no, then this matter was handled justitiously. No, you can't say that. You can't say that. I'm being very honest here. I'm being very honest. Remember, let's go back when this case was in court during the time of PF. Let's be honest. Let's go back during the time of PF. How was this matter handled? Was it handled any better? Was it handled any better? Of course. We didn't have judges being fired. At least, we didn't have judges being fired. Yes, we saw 3 judges being fired. But everything, it's all political. It's all political. And the only difference is that, yes, Muliba PF, it was political, except that Kuliaka in the Ichilema, Kwena iliko bad. Kwena iliko bad. Tareyangala haka in the Ichilema. On this matter, Tareyangala. And I want everyone to know, haka in the Ichilema, padi issue eligibility, Tareyangala. Tareyangala. He's the one in charge, he's the one driving everything. Just like during the time of PF, it was PF driving everything, it was Edgar Lungu driving everything. That is the truth. Hate me for it if you like, if you want. Hate me if you want. But that is the truth. You handle it politically. Except that, Haka in the Ichilema is more ruthless on this issue. You don't mess around with this issue. You don't. You don't mess around with this issue. You mess around with this issue, you are out. That's why those 3 judges are out. Edgar Lungu, at least a semblance of shana, but Nagoku in a political. Yari political. Nabapene iri political. So, since it is political, please don't bother me with the issues of no, here is a justice, here is a judgment. Oh, judgment is saying this. Hey, what about this? Hey, don't bother me with those arguments. I don't want those arguments. I am not interested in the arguments of the judgment. I am not. I am not interested because when something is political, it is not about the arguments that you make. You can make the best arguments. But if something is political, forget it. It will go the way the one who is in power wants it. You can make the best legal arguments in court. But at the end of the day, it will go the way the one who is in power wants it. That's what it is. So I'm reading so many people, hey, no, what about this? Hey, he was eligible in 2010. How come he's not eligible now? Hey, we are going to go for elections. Hey, whatever. How can they each them? Please, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. I have not even bothered. I don't even want to interrogate that judgment. I don't even want. Because the points that these people made, the judges made this time around, they sound so convincing. Just like the judgment which they have said was wrong was convincing at that point. It was convincing. The same way that those of you who are on the UPND side, it is the same way Fiale Pangasense could have PF at that time. And those of you abali kuli ba PF no mana fitiribuka mwe bali ku PF mulisanga mwaberenga you are seeing a lot of faults. That is the same way by UPND we are seeing faults in that judgment. That is the same way. That is the same way they were seeing faults. It is just a nafi pilibuka. But otherwise, those arguments, by PF, you were happy with them. You saw sense in whatever they said, okay? And by PF, by UPND, they never saw sense. This time around, by UPND, they are seeing sense in that judgment. And you, by PF, you are not seeing judgment in that whatever. I'm saying the opposition, basically. And I'm saying PF, as just a, collective opposition, to those who are against it. And yeah, that is the thing. So for me, Nakan, I won't come here and start arguing that matter. I'm not. So that is the second point. The third point, having said that, I want to apologize to the judges. Having said that, I want to apologize to the judges because Ukutu Afuma, I've been disparaging judges. And I want to apologize to the judges that have been disparaging, particularly Professor Munalula. I am very sorry. I'm very sorry. And all other judges that have disparaged, I want to say I am sorry. I am sorry for disparaging you. I am sorry. And why am I saying sorry today? I'm saying sorry today because I have realized how difficult it is to be in your position. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be in your positions. It is very difficult. Just like it was difficult for those judges that were there during the time of PF. It was difficult. So I am very sorry to you. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. It is the fault of politics. It is the fault of politics. Whatever it is the fault of politics. It's not your fault. And I apologize to you because I know without politics, you might look at this matter differently. Those who were there, they would have looked at it differently. Those who are here, I'm saying all judges, they would have looked at it differently. But because of the pressure that comes from the politicians, it becomes very difficult for you to do your jobs. It becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult. And as a future leader, as somebody who is aspiring to be a leader, I want to apologize to you judges, and I want to assure you that given an opportunity myself to be president of the Republic of Zambia, I will endeavor to reduce that pressure on the judges. It is a learning lesson. I have learned something out of all this. I have learned something. And what I've learned is that really it is very difficult for judges to be judges in our country due to the political pressure that comes from, those in power. And this is not just with UPND, it is also with the PF. It is also with the PF. Because with PF, you can also not claim that you ran the courts justitiously. You can't. You can't. Even you did wrong things. That's the truth. You did wrong things also in the judiciary. You did wrong things. You did. And I'm not saying this because I'm bitter, no. But I had my own situations during the time of PF. I had my own situations. Where I'm standing in a dock, surely to one at yo, start withdraw. He had to withdraw. And I had to start, running around to find a surety. Until Chipenzi came in, so no matter what Chipenzi I say, whatever, ndakuyamo, my policy, but Chipenzi, you should know that I always appreciate you, that you came in when, it was not easy for anyone to come in. You came in, it was very difficult. Even for you to sign that bond for me, it was difficult. People had to follow you. What? They complicated things. But you stood your ground and you remained a surety. That was during the time of a PF. Why was that? If judicially, I'm just giving an example of myself, a situation that I encountered. Not that I'm bitter, no. Not that I'm bitter, but I want to give my point. I'm not bitter, and I'm not bitter against anyone. But I want to show you that, look, even yourselves, you didn't run the judiciary well. That's a fact. That's a fact. Accept it. Accept it. And some of these things, if you learn that what you do today, tomorrow you might, face it yourself. That's what they say. At Kama is a B. That's what they say, that Kama is a B. So some of these things, be careful how you do them. And but PF, you did what you did. But you PNG, you are doing what you're doing. Be careful. Be careful. You too might come to face these things that you are doing to a PF. You too might come to face these things that you are doing. I can assure you, these things, you will face them. There was a time when we were PF when slave queens were throwing us from ourselves. Slave queens. To Alimi Shiva, some of you. Because not many things that happened to us. It is Edgar that did it. No. We know some of you slave queens. You were putting as much cells, slave queens. Now, today you are dancing it. You never saw it. You never saw, you slave queens. You never thought you would face the police. Now, you are facing the police. I'm telling you these things. The world is round. The world is round. The world is round. So, by PF, by UPND, be very careful with what you are doing. Karma is a B. Karma is a B. And one way or the other, you will come and face this. So for me, I am apologizing to the judges. And I have nothing inside me. No, I have nothing. The only thing that I have, out of what I've learned, I am looking forward that one day when I will be in charge of the country, I will be able to make sure that I give the judiciary the independence that they need. They need that independence. You are busy blaming the judiciary. The judiciary. But it is you people who have messed up the judiciary. It is not the judiciary. Our judges in themselves are not a problem. It is you people, it is you politicians that have messed up the judiciary, because you weaponize the judiciary. But PF, you weaponize the judiciary. You did weaponize the judiciary, and you use the judiciary to fix a number of people, and it is coming back. It is coming back. I know you don't like this. But ask yourselves, am I lying? Ask yourselves, am I lying? I'm telling the truth. So, I apologize to the judges for putting them, for disparaging them. I apologize. I apologize. And I pledge that in future, should I have an opportunity of being in power, I will respect judges and I will endeavor not to put pressure on the judiciary, because it messes up everything. That's for sure. Moving on. After apologizing, now there is this judgment. Now there is this judgment. This judgment, I say it is a political judgment. Whatever has come out is political. Whatever has come out, it is political. And going forward, I wouldn't say, no, let's take it back to court. Whatever. Mukoti. That is not where you do politics. You don't do politics, Mukoti. Because you just put pressure on the judges. You just put pressure on the judges. Those judges were not trained to arbitrate on politics. No. They were trained to dispense justice. They were trained to dispense justice. So when you bring politics before the judges, you make it difficult for them. You make it difficult for them. So this matter it's nothing but politics. This judgment we have is nothing but politics. And I'm not blaming it on the judges. I'm not blaming it on the judges. I am not blaming it on the judges. The judges had to do what they had to do. The judges had to do what they had to do. Now, going forward, how do we go forward? How do we go forward? This issue of plan B, how do we go forward? I want to tell you that plan B is there. But this plan B, I'm saying, it's not a plan B here about Lungu. It's not a plan B here about Tonse. It's not a plan B here kwa Makebi. It is a plan B. Mark my words. It is a plan B coming from me. Coming from me. So when I talk about plan B, don't associate it with Balungu. I was part of the agenda of Alebwe Rapo, and whatever I said, I meant it. Balungu is the best candidate. Okay? He's the best candidate. He's already sold out. And I will go back. I'll go back to talk about that. You know, earlier on, Kuma Festifia, I'm one of the first people that went to Edgar to say, come back. Why did I go Kulibalungu to say, come back? I went Kulibalungu to come back because Hakainde Ichilema has messed up the country. Hakainde Ichilema has messed up the country. And this is a fact. This is a fact. Whether whenever Smumba and his fellow praise singers will say whatever they want to say, the fact is that Hakainde Ichilema has messed up the country. Whether whatever, Hakainde Ichilema has messed up the country. This is a fact. And I went to Balungu to say, please, come back, because Balungu at least is better than Hakainde Ichilema. He's better than Hakainde Ichilema. Balungu Bali came. He refused. I've done my part. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I kept on going there, back and forth, trying to convince Balungu. He refused. At the end of the day, we said, okay, now, Balungu, who do you want us to follow? Who should we anoint? And that is how the name of Mundubire came up. The name of Mundubire came up in trying to find a replacement of Balungu, because Balungu refused. And that's how I started. Mundubire. And afterwards, after Yakolomwela, somehow we saw it that there was interest in the Balungu camp. There was interest. And one of the other challenges that were there were the issues of resources. Were the issues of resources. Mundubira is a good guy, very good, with all the leadership qualities and what. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you would agree with me. But we were struggling with the issues of resources. And the people that were supposed to help Mundubile, a lot of them were supporting Edgar. And we saw that a number of them, they were leaning Kulibalungu. They could not release the resources to Mundubile. It's like they were still loyal to Edgar Lungu. And somehow a number of people were pushing, here. That's how I said, I told Mundubile, I said, Muntuandi, my brother, hii bola ile monika kwati, kuliko ka interest yuko. I think step aside before we burn our fingers. Before we burn our fingers, step aside. Let's push this agenda, because the agenda kakale ima. Kudiaba nesho vale imya, yo alebwe la polewe. Now too, let's push it. And that's how we started pushing it. And I started pushing Balungu to come out and whatever. Balungu was still reluctant. He was still reluctant. Fast forward, when we started pushing there, no, when Kaishu Kalakata Mbiobisa, Mundubira, I Paishuku. UPND, what does UPND do? They brought in Maosam. They saw a crack. They saw a crack, and in that crack, they squeezed in Maosam. They squeezed in Maosam. I will still say, if Malungu had come out earlier, the issue of Mao Sampa wouldn't have been there. But anyway, that's how Mao Sampa came in. And you know the story today. PF now is completely overtaken by UPND. Because nakuli Mao Sampa iliko nomba na baitola fe chitwale twaloko. And it will be very difficult. I want you to hear this. It will be very difficult to salvage PF and bring it back to where it was. It is very, very difficult. Very difficult. As long as UPND is in power, it is very difficult. And of course, Vanevas Mumbai is very happy cheering this, because that is what happened to him, MMD, when PF took over. Again, karma is a bee. Karma is a bee. It comes back to sting you. It comes back to sting you. MMD was destroyed by PF. And now, by UPND, they have destroyed PF. Anyway, we continued pushing now the Alebwe Rapport agenda. But remember the biggest issue of the Alebwe Rapport agenda, why Mundubile went back, is number one, that there was interest from, the Edgar Lungu quota. Number two, it was the issue of resources. It was the issue of resources. Now, we have been on this journey for quite some time. After you are picking eligibility. That's how the eligibility case came in. The eligibility case came in to kill the Alewere. Eligibility came in to kill Alewere. That's how this case came up. It didn't come up, it came up to stop Edgar Chagwalungu. If Edgar Chagwalungu had not come up, I don't think we would have the issue of eligibility. So make no mistake, I'm saying this, I want you to understand that this eligibility case came to stop Edgar Chagwalungu. That's how it came. It came to stop Edgar Chagwalungu, nothing else. Nothing else. Not about justice. No. It's not about justice. It's about to stop Edgar Chagwalungu. It is about to stop Edgar Chagwalungu. And now it has been passed. Are you telling me Hakainde Hichilema has fought all this way to reach where he has reached? Are you telling me that Hakainde Hichilema aleleka kukuli eligibility issue? Are you telling me that Hakainde Hichilema aleleka kukuli eligibility issue? Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest with each other. Are you telling me aleleka kukuli eligibility? Talekereko. He will not let go of this issue of eligibility. He will not let go. He will not let go. He will not let go. And on top of that, you are fighting this issue. More politics, for you to fight, the truth of the matter is that whether you like it or not, whether PF or UPND, whether you like it or not, more politics, it's about resources. It's about resources. It's about resources. You can't fight without resources. You can't fight without resources. Mundubile stepped aside because of the issue of resources. And of course, respect that Mundubile has for Edgar Lungu. But let's face it. Do we have the resources? This has been a big problem. This has really been a big problem. The issue of resources is a problem. It is not about the alliances, no. It is not about the alliances, no. It is not about the alliances. If there were resources, those people, because earlier on, like I told you, some people who we thought they would help Mundubile, they were talking as if they were supporting Edgar Lungu. And yet, it wasn't about the support of Edgar Lungu. Because Edgar Lungu came up, but still they did not give resources to Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu doesn't have resources. And I've been saying this from a long time, I've been saying it. And I don't say this to demean him. I say this to sympathize with him. And I say this to send a message to some of you people who have got a fantasy that Edgar Lungu sleeps on money. Because there are some people who have got a fantasy. You think that Edgar Lungu sleeps on money. Or Edgar Lungu has got some money somewhere. He doesn't. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. And I am saying this so that those of you who are talking about the way forward, you must put this into your mind. You must talk, you must put this into consideration. Padanga mule nyama waka to say, hey, no, hey, shani, no retreat, no surrender, whatever. Didanga mule nyama waka. When you are saying all that, I want you to put it in mind that to fight any political agenda, you must have resources. You must have resources. And so when you are talking about fighting, you should ask yourself, do you have the resources? Do you have the resources? If you don't have resources, there are some of you who have got this mentality to say, no, abantu bakema, abantu kutibaima, abantu bakema, abantu tabe mafia. They can hear abantu tabe mafia, abantu tabe mafia. Abantu tabe mafia. Even the Arab Spring did not just start because somebody ayocha. Follow what has been happening. Just that, people will not come out and show you everything that happens. A revolution that happens. There are people that finance those activities. There are people that finance those activities. There must be somebody. Even Edgar Lungu, in 2014, when Sata died, for him to come and win that election, he had to source resources. He had to get resources. Arabi was there to take him to Nigeria, to take him to whatever, for them to get resources. And yet PF was in power. But they had to inject in resources, heavy resources. But the question that I'm asking you today, because the question that I'm asking you today, does Edgar Lungu have the resources? Does he? He doesn't. And Hakainde Hichilema knows very well. Hakainde Hichilema knows about this. Hakainde Hichilema started by closing the tap of resources Kuliba PF. That's where he started. He made sure the moment he just came into power, he went for their resources. All these things that we talk about, process of crime, it's nonsense. It is one way of Hakainde Hichilema making sure that PF is crippled. He followed everyone who he thought he has money. Look at Malanji. Malanji at case to answer. But they are busy publicizing case to answer, as if he has been found guilty. Malanji na abamulanfya no case to answer. Na abamulanfya. But I know you are putting Malanji's face case to answer. That is UPND strategy. So Malanji is convicted in the minds of the people. He's convicted. And look, they have run a very good campaign against Malanji. And by Malanji now, he doesn't seem, I don't know. I will not say much about Malanji, but really, some of these things, Mdala, kumonoko firea, firea kuisefi. Palika case to answer, wakustapa bliss what kakuish. Inenda umfira koluse, especially umfira koluse kama Mdala wananikani ba friend Sonyamba. Ba friend Sonyamba nda umfira koluse because really that man is innocent. But anyway, the point is that Hakainde Hichilema, when he just came in, the first thing that he started is to make sure that he locked up the resources of the PF. All you also kweteka 2 pin shani wonsa venaka mpyongo ba nani ali konka mambala afyanta va lungu vene ali fianta va bomani ali fianta va GBM va fianta. Who has money in PF? Who has money? So some of you now what hey, your sponsors by PF, you are being sponsored by PF. Tamwa kwatafia manu. Tamwa kwatafia manu. If you are intelligent, you would see that my life here cannot be sponsored by broke PF. PF is broke. Secretariat, secretariat. You will find that people, they have not been paid by PF. Even our bank account, they don't have. They don't have. So, temseva nyakuri balungu atiyo balungu tawako tempia. Nicho haka inde ichilema, he has locked up resources. He has locked up resources so that you cannot participate in politics effectively. Even nama by-elections, you know, nabe miko muntu kuli. Which I am very happy nabe miko muntu kawambo. But really, you can see with the campaign that is going on that really there are no resources. There are no resources. I am saying this because some of you, you are busy pushing this agenda. Hey, Shan, no, Lungu is still our president. Lungu will still be on the ballot. You are not saying that because you believe that. You are saying that because you are thinking that Lungu has money and he will continue giving you money. Because you know, if Lungu is out of the picture, it's like you won't get that money. There are some of you, this is a fact. There are some of you who are thinking that getting closer to Lungu will mean you are going to have resources. I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, I'm sure you have even seen some of you. But you have got hope. Munachisafe hope. Munachisafe hope ata. Obviously, mdala alafu kumuna ala ikata popadia. Ala ikata tapali epo ala ikata tapali. Tapali epo ala ikata. So all of you, mwebale tintirira kuri lungu, mle tintirira kuri lungu, hoping that qualify something. Takuli, lungu doesn't have money. Hakainde them has fixed him. He has fixed him big time. He has fixed even the people that are around Lungu. He has fixed them. Once some businessmen, yabale bombana ba Lungu shanchani. Once he has fixed them. He has fixed them. So, don't be under the illusion that no, you will get some resources. And don't be under the illusion to even think, ngama mwana Chilufya arenwa ntuwa nkane, ati yo, shifumine kuli Lungu, shifumine kuPF, mubeperefi, and me I'm here. Even eligibility, whatever, na ichitika, I'll still be here. I'll still be here. Ino usunganile sa. Not PF, Not PF. So, mwewale tintirida. I am addressing to some of you who are holding on to Lungu. You know, but you are busy holding on. Busy coming out, you know, Lungu. As you are saying that, do you have resources to sustain this fight? This is a political fight. Do you have resources to sustain this fight? Do you have resources? Do you have resources? If you don't have resources, you can't fight. If there were resources, this case wouldn't have reached where it is. If there were resources, this case wouldn't have reached where it is today. It wouldn't have reached where it is. If there were resources, it wouldn't have reached where it is today. Lungu has got support by the ordinary populace. But those populace, for them, the majority Zambian, for them, to fight for Lungu, there must be some resources somewhere that can help them. You can just imagine, you want to come and protest, for example. You want to come and protest ku Supreme Court. We can come to Tendere. Imagine, how are you going to move from Tendere to come to Supreme Court? Meanwhile, you haven't eaten. Imagine. There must be some people to make arrangements. Bachta haya basi. Train, shan. Efo fibombe fintu. Haka inde ichile mene vamu itile kukoti. The day by pay those two people. balamulanda pochera bushiku haka inde ichilema bali kisire hire more than 50 buses. They packed people. That was resource. Those were resources. They brought people ku court kwa banefyongo. Yonse ba UPN dinga ba ku court kwa lefyongo because they had the resources. They were able to bring people. Even when you were failing to bring people. You were failing to bring people. Don't give me those excuses. No, wakapogola. If you have resources, muntu wandi wakapogola, abali 150, tabako etenchito. Nanguwabe 1,000, tabako etenchito. Because if you have resources, you can mobilize 20,000 people. You can mobilize them, 20,000 people. Chaisa fukumuna pala pa high court pa. Wakapogola kuchiwa utunga. But when you don't have resources, you can't do that. And this is the issue. Muimpata andera and the fishing. This is the issue. Shani, whatever, no retreat, no surrender, whatever. Think about this. How far are you going to go with this fight? How far are you going to go? Because taking it to court, it's useless. Taking this case to court, whichever court that you are going to take, it's useless. It's useless a political case like this one. Haka inde ichilema nafuna monamala. Ukuitwala kukoti. You're wasting your time. You can only fight this case politically. Haka inde ichilema will not be threatened by how many arguments and bundles that you bring to court. Haka inde ichilema will not be threatened by that. And those judges will not be persuaded by how many arguments, how many theories, or whatever, which you quote nothing. Maxim, which you quote nothing. They will never be persuaded by that. On a political matter, they will never be. You will just waste your time. You will just be wasting your time. So this matter, as far as I'm concerned, I am saying, can you handle it very well? Can you be realistic about it? Can you be realistic about it as you continue after that judgment, as you continue on the path that you want to take? I'm telling you, I'm asking you, can you be realistic? Because if you are not realistic about it, here are the consequences. I am being very truthful. Mumpate. Here are the consequences. If you are not realistic about this, you are exposing, number one, Balungu. You are exposing Balungu. If you are not realistic about it, you are exposing Balungu. Look how Balungu has been messed up. If you don't know, check what is going on in Balungu's life. You think he is living a good life? You think Balungu is living a good life? You have your wife facing serious charges in court. You have all your children facing serious charges in court. You think that is good? You think that is easy for him? And we know how Hakainde Hichilema is so mad about this. You know. So, if you continue, pushing this agenda in the way that you are doing, what do you think Hakainde Hichilema will do? You have seen each time Edgar makes a statement which really goes far and wide. Next thing, you hear one of his family members being called to court. To katushinga nikudekinga nikuisanga nikuisi. Yeah? You have seen that. And let's face it, Mushiru Mbulamfwa, Nimukamwenso. Next thing, they will go for Edgar Lungu. And look at Edgar Lungu. Do you really think Edgar Lungu deserves to start going through Kumakoti, Kwisa? Do you really think? Me, I know the toll that these court proceedings put on a person. And now you are just going to court walabwela. But really ka psychology mdala ka fulungana. You ngana ushat mailo nkala kukoti. No lala na wino. Naba kashite tulie na ngwa kwata bakashaba sumate tulie. Fila shupa mdala, fila shupa okulia, deula mailolea koti, nothing. Kalaka pressure, kukoti kula pela pressure imwele kanimiebe. Kula pela pressure. Kula pela pressure bad. And really, this is what is on Edgar Lungu. I am not saying it is right, but unfortunately, these are the politics that Hakainde Hichilema is playing. And if you want to dare him, if you want to fight with him, you must be prepared to fight this. You must be prepared for this nonsense. You must be prepared. And you must have the resources. If you don't have the resources, come on, why go on like this? Why go on like this? Eh? Do you want us to lose Edgar Lungu fast? You are not happy with what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, if there is somebody who is speaking love for Balungu, it's me. If there is somebody who has Balungu's interest, it's me. If there is one person who has interest for Balungu, it's me. I know you will not like this, but I'm telling you, let's be realistic. Balungu has been weighed so much with these things, and all of us, we have failed to help you. We have failed. We have failed. How many of you are able to follow Balungu? How many of you are able to make an impact such that Hakainde Hichilema says, no, this is not this is not good? Eh? How many? Each time Hakainde Hichilema went to court, bakapokola bale was so, because chinkupitwa abantu ale bakochira bushiku. Each time Hakainde Hichilema went to court, we used to see Bakapokola. It used to be very difficult even to access the courts, because Hakainde Hichilema was coming with the multitudes. And you can come and with the excuse to say, no, Edgar Lungu is being civil, whatever. It's about resources. If Edgar Lungu had resources, if Edgar Lungu was dishing out money, people will come. They will go wherever Edgar Lungu is. They will go. And those Hakainde Hichilema will be scared to be calling Edgar Lungu to court. He will be scared. Now, Edgar Lungu can even be called to Kuloko court. The way it is, Edgar Lungu can even be called to Kuloko court. And no problem, no one even bothers. You don't even see Wakapokola. You don't even see Wakapokola. Edgar Lungu is vulnerable. This is the truth. Edgar Lungu is vulnerable. He's vulnerable. And I am doing this, I am saying this with the risk, at the risk of, people hating me, even Balungu hating me, but I have to say it. I have to say it because I want to save Balungu. I want to save Balungu. I want Balungu to live. I don't want Balungu to die prematurely. I don't want. Like some of you, you are not looking at Balungu as a human being. You're not looking at Balungu as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather. You're not looking at it. You are just thinking, Lungu na kwatorupia, and that's why you are pushing. That's why you are pushing. You are pushing because Lungu ngafumapo nishifia shupa. Let's be realistic. Lungu doesn't have that money. He doesn't have it. And the more you are pushing Balungu, you are exposing him. You are exposing him, you are putting him in more problems. This Hakainde Hichilema is ruthless. He will kill that man. That man will die. You need to fight. Yes, you need to fight, but you need to be wise. Take over to I'm not a fool to come here and stay here. I'm not a fool. It is because I've seen I can't fight. That's why I've left. I've come here and sought political asylum. Some of you fools, you don't understand that. No, Tayali is hiding. I'm not hiding. No, I am just protected by the international communities and the conventions. That is what is protecting me. That is what is protecting me. I am here protected by the rules that have been set, the convention that Zambia has signed to. Zambia has signed to the 1951, Katinga 1951 and 1950 convention, that anyone who faces political persecution should be granted asylum. That is what is keeping me. And you won't see me coming there because they have looked at my situation and they have seen, yes, this man is a political asylum seeker. They have seen it. They have seen it. So, hey, Tayali, hey, come back here, come back here. No, nothing. I'm not coming back. I'm not. Because there is still a threat in my country. I've got Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema is a threat to me. Hakainde Hichilema is a threat to my life. I can't come back. So, whether you try to entice me, what, I will not come back. I'm not a fool. I will not come back. The moment I come back, Hakainde Hichilema, thank you very much, you have come. Nkarachuila pamona vena boma. Na wa GBM walwele but mwaliwe kata. You think me I'm special? You think I'm special? GBM was the vice president when Mwalimu Fianta Tamune Mkwatira Konoruse. He now be that foolish to come to Zambia to say, hey, I should come back. Hey, just apologize. You are a fool. Apologize, finish. Finishing that, apologize. What did I do? What did I do for me to apologize? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. And when I come there, you think I'll be able to talk? A person there and the Panganaba Toroka offense. They would have been in my yard. Upon there and they would have been in my yard. And you think I would come back? No ways. I'm not coming back. Oh, I'm not. I am not coming back. Hey, you. Could you Hakainde Hichilema? Hakainde Hichilema. Mwana mulo mwana. Hey. That man is ruthless, man. That man is ruthless. He's ruthless. Hey, how we know? He's our candidate. Mwalamu ipaisha omuntu. Mwalamu ipaisha. Nami papata, take me pata tiosha mwalamu ipaisha lungu. Mwalamu ipaisha. File Kenya bapene fidi. Just leave it. File Kenya bapene fidi. Save Valungu. Plan B ecoidi. Yes, plan B ecoidi. Mark my words. Plan B is there. But don't expose Valungu. We want Valungu. Because Valungu will help. Maybe it is in wisdom. And I'm telling you, this is not about Valungu. I know by UPND, you are busy trying to follow Edgar Lungu. Stop following Valungu. Stop whatever. Stop. Plan B might not necessarily be with Lungu. It might not be. We support Valungu, that's for sure. We will respect Valungu, that's for sure. But plan B might not be Valungu. You think that everything is about Lungu. No. Some of us, we know now. I know the capacity of Valungu. I know the capacity of Valungu. So stop intimidating him. Stop being ruthless to him. Stop it. Mwana kalifia afyemi timabambi Philippe no kubiba. Mwana kalifia afyemi timabambi Philippe no kubiba. Because one thing na tulela ndafino Valungu tu alibatemwa. Inena alibatemwa Valungu. And it is not only me. There are a lot of other people that loves Valungu. There are a lot of people that love Valungu. So fidamulewa chitamuleva susumba. you might just cause something that I don't know. I am not saying people will go in the street. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I've told you that for people to go in the street, people need resources. People need resources. There need to be a strategy. People need to be organized. So I want you to know this. I want you to know this, that I'm not that stupid to say people will rise, people will rise. I know people don't just rise. People are made to rise. People are made to rise. And at the moment, relax. Relax. No one is going in the street. But plan B is there. Plan B is there. And that plan B might not involve Edgar Lungu. Might not involve Edgar Lungu. Ababa sabaira. Hey, Edgar Lungu. Hey, he's still our president. Whatever. Ababa sabaira. Tabesh of Bariranda. I can assure you, Tabesh of Bariranda. Because Aveshiva, there is no way they would be talking like that. They would keep quiet because plan B is about keeping quiet. I'm not going to discuss plan B because plan B is about keeping quiet. You don't let your enemy know your plans. You don't. And plan B and I want to tell you citizens, I want to tell you citizens, this broadcast is for you. This broadcast is for you. I want you to know that relax. Don't be emotional. Don't be agitated. Don't expose yourself. At the moment, you, the citizens, may not have the capacity to fight. You may not have the capacity to fight. I have been coming here and people have been saying, tukeme. I've been saying, no. I am still maintaining. No. I'm still maintaining. Because in the Waima, Balak Fiambata Udiweka. And no one will come and help you. We already have people, and they are not being helped. We already have people, but they are not being helped. I don't want you to risk to go to jail. I mean, there is a time when people can come in and whatever, and you say, yeah, it's okay, and to jail. When that time will come, even me, I will come. And maybe baka in the ichirima baka sekela tayari aisa tien tumulange muchifungo. But I can tell you, it will mean at that time, plan B is about to bear fruits. It's about to bear fruits. When the time will come, we will all come. We will come. I can assure you, we will come. And those who are foolish, they will think that we are fools, and yet they will be falling into plan B. They will be falling into plan B.